All right, so scenario 2, and you may feel very deep feelings again in this scenario. Chances of you feeling, especially you've gone through trauma, you will have to be able to feel these feelings and really be with them. That's very important. And if you feel like you need extra help, extra support, reach out to your friends, your people that are taking this class with you. Reach out to me. Reach out to the other instructors if you want to, that you may have close ties with, and really allow yourself to feel these feelings. Okay. And so the second scenario, just as a reminder, is around highly distressful situation that you feel that was caused by no fault of your own. Okay, so something that has caused you immense hurt, whether it was intentional or not. Okay, so the first step to this is choose a comfortable place where you are by yourself. Set the intention to liberate yourself from the effects of this event. Okay, set that intention. And the second step is to complete this exercise. You will go back to time when it happened and visualize the event as it was happening again. Okay? So recollect the memories and visualize as vividly as possible as if you were physically present, and watch this process unfold in its entirety. As you go back in time, you want to think about what had led up to this event. How did the event unfold? And what were your thoughts at the event, at that time, about the event? What were your feelings at the time? How did you feel? Were you angry? Were you afraid? Excited? Were you hurt? How did you react to those feelings? Were you able to express yourself 100%? Did you suppress your feelings? How did you feel after that event? After the event just occurred? And how did you feel about yourself after the event? Any other details you can think of is also going to help you here to complete this experience. How was this unfolding for you? And as you experience these emotions, these feelings coming up, think about what was really going on in your body and in your mind. Okay? Allow yourself to have those feelings come up. And pause this video if you have to. And allow yourself these feelings. It's okay to have these feelings. All right, so at this point you may pause the video and continue feeling these feelings, or if you think that you've come full circle, what was the event exactly as you had pictured before the visualization? And was the event as intense as you had thought it was in the beginning? Right? Did you feel more or less of an emotional charge than you had thought that you would have around this event as you were experiencing this? The third step now is, after you are done recollecting the event exactly as it happened, write down all of that you recalled and how you currently feel about it. Okay? So when doing this exercise for the first time, intense emotions may arise. And again, it's okay. It's okay for you to feel these feelings. Even after you've watched these two videos, scenario 1, scenario 2, you can now do these at any time. You don't need to keep coming back to this video even, unless you really want to. Unless you really like how Coach KP guides you through these things, right? And again, guys, I have done this work. I don't teach anything that I haven't been through myself, okay? And again, the end goal is to process, to complete. It's a Vedic process. It's an ancient Vedic process, is where I'm deriving this from. It's a process where the ancient sages from India would even recommend this to their disciples, right? As they join these Vedic seminaries, so to speak. So what we are doing here is unearthing these deep-seated emotions and really allowing them to come to consciousness so that we can process it. And once we process it, I guarantee you, the next time you do this exercise, the intensity of the experience that you have experienced is going to decline. Whether, if it may take you 3 times of doing this, but it's not going to continue being the same. And that's the key, is ultimately you're going to get to a point where you're like, you know what, I felt my feelings and it's okay. I went through this terrible situation that no one should go through, whether as a child or as an adult. And, there was hurtful things that had happened to me and I felt it. I felt these feelings. All right. So what the part of experiencing the past trauma often involves placing the blame on ourselves or the perpetrator of the crime. Okay, so I want to talk about that a little bit here. It may be tempting and even necessary in the beginning, at least, right? At early stages of this exercise, when you start to do these exercises, to feel negatively towards whatever caused us the hurt. The eventual goal, however, of this exercise is to bring neutrality where there was hurt. If you cannot go to a place of forgiveness straight away, what we are trying to do is bring neutrality around that event so that we can move on. It's not that it may be right or wrong. It's not a question of right or wrong to forgive them, but without forgiving others, we will always be hostage to that event. And that's what we're trying to process, is letting go. And we'll talk about epic forgiveness in another video, but this is what we are doing right now. So bear with me here. And while doing this exercise, feel free to take lots of notes of what is occurring within you. And if you feel sadness, for example, you can say, okay, I'm experiencing sadness. And stay with the sensation. Stay with that sadness, no matter how bad it is, until it passes away. Okay? And any of the difficult feelings that are arising. Okay? And write it down, call a friend, seek help. It's okay. You're in this course. You want to get better, and you will. Okay? When we stay with these emotions without judging them, and that's the most important piece, is non-judgment towards our emotions, and not just difficult emotions, not just these emotions. Every emotion that, road rage sometimes, when we're driving, somebody cuts you off, immediate reaction is to give them the middle finger, right? But when that happens, and when the rage comes up, let's not judge the rage and act on it right away. Let's feel the rage. Okay, that made me feel really pissed off. Right? Allow the rage to come up, and don't feel the compulsion to act on it, because by you doing this to the other driver, you're acting on it, right? That's not mastery, because this feeling, you should be the master of the feeling that's coming up, but then you ended up becoming the slave because you just gave the other guy a middle finger when, who knows what was going on in his life, right? Was his wife pregnant? He was trying to get to the hospital fast? Was there something happening in his life? We don't know that. So it's okay to experience anger because the asshole cut you off, but you know what? Is it necessary to react? And it's not, right? So that's what acceptance does to us, is accepting this pain, this sadness, this sorrow, thinking about this event. As we begin accepting more and more of these things, the less and less we get emotionally charged about these events, and the more energy we have towards our life purpose. Okay? So instead of burying these events in our psyche and denying that it ever happened or wishing it never happened, we will move on to an experience of healing and acceptance for ourselves and forgiveness for the cause of the hurt. Okay? So we accept we forgive. We forgive ourselves and we forgive this other person, because without forgiveness, without epic forgiveness, we will be stuck in the drama. And it is very difficult to be in a position of drama to overcome life's challenges, because most of our energy then ends up in the past or in the future, in depression or in anxiety. So let's come out of that, okay? And this is how we start to experience radical self-acceptance. No matter what we have done to others, no matter what has happened to us, it's all good. It happened for a reason. It brought you where you are today. This is your journey, and this is what we need to start seeing our life as a beautiful journey where we came here to experience everything that we are experiencing today. And it's okay, because the only victims are dead. And we are alive, breathing, and kicking men that are looking to have a beautiful relationship with ourselves, so that we can have the same relationship with our children, with our women, with the world, and make everything just a little bit better, guys. Okay? That's our intention. Okay? So Coach KP talked about this scenario. Bam! See, you've done so much work already, and we're just beginning right now, just getting started. And I thank you for staying with me up to this point. It's been great for me to teach this so far. So let's see where we can take this next, okay? Peace.